he's a really good fighter, and this is a challenge for me. Like they say, I have everything to lose because he's coming to weight classes. And winning for me means a lot, especially in this fight because it's a big fight. And I'm here in boxing to make history.
If you win this fight, does it push your legacy?
I'm gonna win.
When you win this fight, does it push your legacy up even further?
Of course, but I'm not thinking about lose. I'm ready. I can feel it. I'm ready right now. If the fight is right now, I'm ready. My style don't change because I can do everything. I can box, I can go forward, I can counter punch, I can do whatever I want. The sparring is very important, to get ready for the fight. Obviously, they need to be as good as my opponent, right? Everybody have issues with that kind of style. But I'm working for that. And I have the experience to face every style now, and I'm different. Yeah, but
Boxing IQ. He's a very good fighter. He's stronger. He's very compact. He's like a bull, He's a smart guy. He's a young guy. He's a regular guy. He's a regular man, like everybody.
Gennady Golovkin, aka Triple G, has just shared his shocking insights on the upcoming clash between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. On the other hand, Robert Garcia shared his view on the upcoming Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford fight, acknowledging the concerns many fans have about the size difference, but emphasizing that Crawford is a strong and very smart fighter. He noted that Canelo's recent performances have shown him looking for single punches rather than applying enough consistent pressure to hurt or finish his opponents. Garcia believes Crawford's speed, intelligence, and ability to control the pace without excessive movement could allow him to win a decision, although he doubts Crawford has the power to knock Canelo out.
What are your thoughts on Canelo versus Crawford? Highly anticipated fight, quickly approaching.
I know a lot of people are not very excited about that fight, and they think the size difference, huge difference. But Crawford's big, man. Crawford's a very strong fighter. He's a very smart fighter also. So look, the way Canelo's been fighting his last couple of fights, where he's just looking for one punch at a time and maybe not doing enough to hurt his opponents, maybe not doing enough to finish them off. I could see Crawford pulling it off.
Decision?
I think Crawford could pull off a decision because he's fast, he's smart, and he doesn't need to run. He could stay around Canelo and just pretty much focus on winning a decision. Because I don't think he could knock out Canelo, but he could definitely win a decision.
Moreover, Brian Norman Jr. expressed his support for Terence Crawford, saying he is rooting for him because he loves backing the underdog. He pointed out that Crawford has many challenges going against him, including being older and naturally smaller, with some even saying he is still a natural 140-pounder. Despite all that, Norman said he wants to see Crawford win precisely because of the odds stacked against him.
Go with Crawford simply because I love going for the underdog. He got everything going against him, and I just want to see him win. He's older, he's naturally smaller. Some people say he's still a natural 140-pounder. Everything is against him. You get what I'm saying? So I just want to see a win because of all of it.
However, Gennady Triple G Golovkin described Canelo Alvarez as a very good fighter with strong boxing IQ, calling him compact, powerful, and as strong as a bull, while also being smart and still young. When asked about any weaknesses, he said Canelo is just a regular man like everyone else, implying that no fighter is invincible.
Boxing IQ. He's a very good fighter. He's stronger. He's very compact. He's like a bull, He's a smart guy. He's a young guy. He's a regular guy. He's a regular man, like everybody.
Furthermore, Ryan Garcia shared his prediction for the fight, saying he believes Terence "Bud" Crawford will perform well and land plenty of punches on Canelo Alvarez, but he does not think Crawford will win. He explained that while Crawford may tag Canelo with shots, he expects them to have little to no effect on the Mexican star.
Crawford Canelo, Rod.
Oh.
Keep it a stack. This is the fight of the century. Everybody's talking.
I know.
How do you see it, man?
Man, I really see I see that Bud is gonna do good. He's gonna do good, but I don't think he's gonna win. But I do see Bud like getting a lot of punches off, being able to tag Canelo with some good shots, but they have no effect.
Ryan Garcia further explained that he believes Terence Crawford will be able to hit Canelo Alvarez, but the shots will likely have little effect because Canelo imposes himself too well. He praised Crawford as one of the best fighters he has seen, highlighting his ability to box, bang, step up the pace when needed, and adapt in the ring. However, he felt Crawford might be biting off more than he can chew in this fight, noting that while Crawford is a complete fighter, he has been caught with big shots at times, which could be a factor against a powerful opponent like Canelo.
That's the thing. Like, I know he's gonna be able to hit Canelo because I've seen Canelo in sparring where he, like, not that he's getting hit, well, he is getting hit, but it's so ineffective that what he's doing is just he imposing himself too well, and I see that happening. Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, Crawford is a great fighter. I think he's one of the best. I just think that he's biting a little bit more than he could chew. But you never know. If anybody can do it, it could be Crawford. You know, I do see him, like, when he fights, I'm like, damn, how do you beat this guy? You know, he could do it all. He could box, he could bang, he could, you know, step on the gas when he needs to. He could, you know, he could do everything. The only thing I see is sometimes he gets cracked with some crazy ass shots, but other than that, I mean, he's really one of the most complete fighters I've seen in my life.
Fernando Vargas Jr. shared his thoughts on the fight, saying he is a big fan of Terence Crawford and respects him greatly, but he feels the weight jump is too much for Crawford at this stage. He acknowledged that Crawford could have early success, maybe snap Canelo's head back or frustrate him with his southpaw stance, as Canelo has shown some struggles against southpaws before. However, Vargas predicted that by the 6th to 8th round, Canelo would figure Crawford out and either secure a stoppage or a knockout, adding that a Canelo victory would be a great moment for Mexico.
You know what's crazy is, I'm a big Crawford fan as well. Like, every time he sees me and my brothers and my dad at fights, he comes out of his way, shakes our hand. It's all respect. But I just feel the weight's a little too much, Marcos. I feel going up 2 weight classes, really like 3. And early, I feel Terence will have great success. I mean, maybe he'll get Canelo's head snapped back, or, you know, catch Canelo early. Maybe I could see Terence Crawford go southpaw, because you see Canelo has had a bit of problems with southpaws. You could see Canelo, I could see him getting frustrated, picking him up like how he does, like when he gets frustrated. But I say 6th, 7th, 8th round on up, I think he'll figure him out. And we need Canelo to get a stoppage, if not get a get a knockout. I think it'll be great for Mexico, and it'll be great for Razas. But I got Canelo, you know, coming out with the...
Diego Pacheco expressed his excitement for the Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford fight, saying he has admired both fighters his whole life and will be a fan of the event. He praised Crawford as a great fighter and said if the fight goes the distance, Crawford could win by decision, but if there is a knockout, he believes it will likely come from Canelo.
That's a very, very good fight. You know, 2 great fighters. I grew up admiring them my whole life, you know, so I'm excited for that fight. I think Crawford is a hell of a fighter. You know, if it goes the distance, he might be able to get that decision win. But I think if there's a knockout, then it might be Canelo who's getting the knockout win. But I'm ready to watch the fight. You know, I'm going to be a fan, a big fan that night, and just be rooting for both guys. You know, they're both great fighters.
Canelo's sparring partner Lawrence King predicted that Canelo Alvarez will win the fight, saying he could see Canelo getting a stoppage. However, from a business perspective, he believes it might end in a draw if it goes the distance. King expressed doubts about Terence Crawford carrying the extra weight effectively, especially since he is coming up from a smaller weight class, but he acknowledged it will still be a great fight between 2 smart fighters in the ring.
I think Canelo's gonna win, but I tell everybody, man, as a business standpoint, I think it's gonna be a draw if it goes the distance. But I see Canelo getting the stoppage. I don't think Crawford's gonna carry that weight well. Even if he did put on weight, I don't think that was a good idea, especially coming up from a smaller guy. But you know, it's gonna be a great fight. two brains in the ring. It's gonna be a good fight.
Simon Jordan shared his view on a potential clash between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, stating he would back Crawford just as he did against Errol Spence. He acknowledged that many see Canelo's size as an advantage, but emphasized that Crawford's remarkable skill and self-belief make him a serious danger. Jordan highlighted Canelo's past struggles when he moved up to light heavyweight against Dimitri Bivol, arguing that size alone does not secure a win, and suggested Crawford might be the kryptonite capable of troubling Canelo.
I went straight away with Crawford, and so did Spence. I mean, other people that we've spoken to, I think Paul Smith and other people that sit on the show with us think it will be Canelo Alvarez because of size. We've seen Canelo Alvarez take that journey up to light heavy and find himself coming up against Dimitri Bivol and not being able to do what he does at super middleweight. I just think that Crawford is such a fighter of such stature and competence that he might just be the kryptonite to Saul Alvarez.
This is what makes September 13th more than just a fight. It's a changing of the guard. It's a clash between what boxing was and what it's becoming. Crawford is 36, but he's fresh. He hasn't taken punishment. He's disciplined. Canelo, at 34, looks older in the ring, slower. And if he underestimates Crawford's speed, accuracy, and timing, he's going to get exposed. Former undefeated champion and respected boxing analyst Andre Ward also shared his prediction for the Canelo versus Crawford fight, confidently siding with Terence Crawford. Ward, known for his disciplined mindset and deep boxing IQ, explained that what separates Crawford isn't just skill, it's his passion for the sport and the strength of his will.
I'm going with Terence Crawford, you know, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. You know, it ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that you can beat him.
Crawford's trainer, Brian Bomac McIntyre, voiced strong confidence going into the fight, stating that they are fully prepared to dominate, and while the challenge will not be easy, they are determined to emerge victorious. He responded to doubts about Crawford's size by urging people to wait and see, reminding them that he had made accurate predictions before the Spence fight, even when many doubted him then.
Dog, it ain't no cakewalk. We're gonna beat his ass, though. I promise you that.
And what's your message to the naysayers that Terence is too small?
Watch and see. I ain't steered you wrong yet. And I ain't in the business to start now. Fuck that shit. I tried to tell them about Spence, but they didn't want to listen.
Teddy Atlas shared his view that Terence Crawford has a real chance to win because Canelo Alvarez's recent performances hint at possible decline. He questioned whether Canelo has aged in the sport, lost his urgency after earning so much money, or simply does not have the same hunger anymore. Atlas also suggested that Canelo might have been overrated, pointing out that many felt he lost the first fight against Gennady Golovkin and was clearly beaten by Floyd Mayweather. He added that while some excused the Mayweather defeat by saying Canelo was too young, he had already been a seasoned professional at that time.
Oh yeah, I could see Crawford winning. And why? Well, Canelo's last performance, real quick, what could it be? I already went over this. You want to hear it in a deeper breakdown? Canelo, he's either old man time, that undefeated guy, he finally caught up to him. He's made so much money that the urgency's not there, the fire's not there. At least it wasn't there a week ago. Oh my God, I'm gonna say this one, maybe he's a little overrated. I listen, you know, you can make the argument that he lost the first Triple G, you know, but you can make the argument he lost to Lara. He did lose to Mayweather. You can make the argument he was too young in his career. Maybe, although it wasn't that young. He turned pro when he was 15 or 16. He was 23. He was already pro for how many years?
Timothy Bradley Jr. predicted that Canelo Alvarez will aim to control the center of the ring and may move lightly on his feet early, as both fighters will want to test each other's power in the opening rounds. He said the initial stages will focus on positioning, balance, and finding the right distance while avoiding counters, pointing out that Canelo tends to settle into his rhythm faster than Terence Crawford.
I think Canelo will try to control the center of the ring. I think he might even box a little bit on his toes, due to the fact because he wants to feel the punching power, and vice versa. Crawford wants to feel his punching power as well. You know, in the beginning, it's all the position balance. Like both guys are trying to get balance and trying to find their rhythm, you know, understanding their distance to where they can punch and at the same time avoid getting hit. You know, it takes Crawford a little bit more time than I would say Canelo.
Ronnie Shields described the matchup as exciting and believes Crawford has a genuine chance to win. He highlighted that Crawford brings a unique style compared to fighters like Callum Smith or Arislandi Lara, using stance switches, varied movement, and sharp counterpunching to create openings. Shields added that if Crawford can make Canelo miss and immediately capitalize on those moments, he can disrupt Canelo's rhythm and put him in uncomfortable positions, which he sees as the best way to challenge Canelo's dominance.
I think he's going to give Canelo a problem, because Canelo probably going to think he's going to be moving a lot. And I don't think so. I think Crawford is going to practice, you know, rely on his counterpunching abilities and then start taking the lead and putting Canelo in positions he's never been in, you know, in a long time. So, and I think that's the right way to fight Canelo. You know, you can't worry about his power. You just got to worry about making him miss and then countering and being effective. And Crawford has all the ability to do that.
Joel Diaz predicted that Terence Crawford will lose the fight but will not be knocked out due to his intelligence and ability to survive in the ring. He said Crawford may cause Canelo Alvarez some problems early, but once Canelo realizes there is no real threat, the fight will turn in his favor. Diaz highlighted that Canelo has already absorbed the best punches from heavy hitters like Gennady Golovkin and even a 175-pound fighter without being hurt, making him confident that Crawford will not be able to stop him.
He's gonna walk away with the loss. He's not gonna get knocked out, I guarantee you, because he's smart. He's gonna survive the fight because he's really smart. He's gonna give Canelo a little bit of trouble in the first round, but then once Canelo feels that he can't get hurt, come on, Canelo's been hit by the heaviest hitter in boxing, Triple G, and never got hurt. He got hit by the ball, never got hurt. A 175-pounder.
Israel Madrimov said the fight is drawing massive attention because both are pound-for-pound stars. He praised Crawford's ring IQ, ability to switch stances seamlessly, control distance, and adapt to any style. Madrimov noted that Crawford can pressure, move, and fight effectively on the inside, making him dangerous everywhere. He added that as long as Crawford does not add unnecessary weight, he has a real chance to win.
Perspective, having fought Terence, him now fighting Canelo, moving up 2 more weight classes to fight a lot bigger guy.
Сейчас всем интересно вот это бой, потому что они занимают паунд-по-паунде. У Крофорда есть высокий IQ, и обоих стойках он может боксировать, он можно давить и бегать, и даже ближний бой тоже может. Поэтому мне тоже интересно, если он не набирает лишний вес, может тоже выиграть это. Есть шанс.
Regis Prograis highlighted the difference in power by recalling how Jermell Charlo, despite entering as the undisputed champion at 154, quickly went down once Canelo Alvarez landed clean. He pointed out that Terence Crawford has only fought once at 154 and was touched by Israel Madrimov in that bout, but facing Canelo is on another level. Prograis said he might favor Crawford against another naturally bigger opponent, but against Canelo, whom he considers one of the greatest Mexican fighters ever, the challenge is far tougher.
Jermell was undisputed at 154, and Canelo hit him, and Jermell was like, hell no, Jermell took a knee, you know? So it's a big difference, and Crawford had that one fight at 154, and he didn't, you know, Madrimov would touch him up a little bit. And this is nowhere close to Madrimov. You talk about Canelo. Now, if it was just another bigger guy, I would go with Crawford, but you talk about this might be, I mean, people might kill me for it, but well, not really, but this might be the best Mexican fighter ever. One of them, at least, right? You talk about Canelo and Crawford going up against him. So
he added that while Crawford's skills and Canelo's age could help, Crawford is already 37 or 38, with Canelo at 36, making the gap less impactful. Prograis acknowledged that many believe Crawford can win, but he personally doubts it, citing Canelo's natural size, power, and durability as key factors. Still, he admitted that if Crawford pulls it off, it would place him on the Mount Rushmore of boxing.
The only thing they have, but I would say the only thing he has going for him is he's a skillful fighter, and Canelo is older. but so is Crawford too. I think Crawford is 37, 38, something like that. Canelo's 36, so they both are older right now. But man, I don't personally see it. Now, a lot of people see that Crawford can beat Canelo. Man, it's just like that punch resistance is something else. They make weight classes for a reason. If he could beat him, man, I think he on the Mount Rushmore of fighters if Crawford can pull this off. But I don't see it.
Antonio Tarver called the matchup one of the biggest events boxing has seen in years. He firmly backed Terence Crawford, but admitted this will be the toughest challenge of Crawford's career, with Canelo being the best opponent he has ever faced. At the same time, he suggested Crawford might also be the most difficult fighter Canelo has encountered. Tarver concluded by saying the world will find out on September 13th who truly stands above the rest.
Yeah, it's a major fight, man, the biggest in a long time. If you've been following Tarver's take, you know I'm Bud County all the way. But this is going to be the toughest fight, the best fighter Bud has ever been in the ring with. And arguably, this could be the best fighter Canelo has ever been in the ring with. We'll find out which one is which on September 13th.
Sergio Mora said that as the fight approaches, he now sees Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford as a true 50-50 matchup. He described Crawford as a mean and intimidating fighter who has developed into a solid frame similar to a natural middleweight. Mora admitted that he initially favored Canelo, but now believes Crawford has the tools to outbox him, land clean shots, and expose his age. He added that Crawford could produce the best performance of his career and turn the fight into a historic moment.
And I just think ultimately Crawford just is a mean mofo. This dude mean. Yeah. I mean, I met Bud a couple of times. You know, he pulls me aside and he gives me that look. He's a mean, intimidating dude, man. Yeah. And then I've been seeing how he's been growing into the frame. He's gotten big. He's gotten muscular, and he's looking more like a middleweight, super middleweight. The closer the fight gets, the more I'm looking at Crawford like, this dude might do something, man. Because all along I haven't changed my tune. I say Canelo's gonna win this fight, but he's not gonna come out of it unscathed. I can see him being bruised up, battered, maybe a little bit of blood, but his size is gonna come in the end. Now I'm starting to change my tune. I can maybe see the day that we've seen Canelo finally get old, no excuses, just Crawford pot-shotting him, having the night of his life, and we just watch something great. I can visualize it, man. So the closer this fight gets, the more that I'm looking at it like a 50-50 fight.
That's it for today's video. So what are your thoughts on this? What do you think about Canelo versus Crawford upcoming clash? We would love to hear your thoughts on this. So share your thoughts in the comment section and make sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed the video. Also check out our other videos on the screen right now.